Hi, everyone. Welcome to the African Construction and Totally Concrete interview series. I'm delighted to be joined today by a friend and dear colleague, Nicholas McDermott, from the post-publication Concrete Trends. Hi, Nicholas.
Hi, and hi, everyone. It's lovely to be here.
Really excited to hear all about the new edition of Concrete Trends, Nick. I've had a sneak peek, been lucky enough to have that. And I know that the edition is focusing around resilience. I think it's so important for us, especially at this juncture right now, as we're trying to clamber back any sort of production and get the economy going again. Nick, I know for ourselves as a business, as African Construction and Totally Concrete, we've had to reimagine things in the last couple of months in terms of our offerings to our audiences. How have you found the different parts of the market reacting to lockdown and the current situation?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And again, I'd just like to iterate that we have such a strong partnership between our event, Africa Construction and Totally Concrete, and Concrete Trends. You know, we've had a partnership for some years now, and it's especially important at this time because the most significant part of lockdown has been not being able to be with others, not being able to meet, our events are postponed, etc. And so, like you say, like everybody else, we're finding new ways of doing business at this time. And I think it's very important to acknowledge South Africa and the South African approach to things, because we are down on ourselves quite a lot and we fail to see what we're doing right. And I would like to say, I'm hearing so much good from the companies I'm in touch with on a daily basis. A lot of people are still working from home. There's a lot of companies going back to work. So everybody is engaged in making it the safest possible process that there is. So that's number one. No one is meeting unnecessarily, and we're using the digital platforms that maybe we should have been using for a long time already to get our business done. So there is a big emphasis there, the working from home, but more importantly, the real communications in which business is done. So when we look at how construction business is done, when we look at infrastructure development, when we look at public contracts, private contracts, we work in an industry where the contracts are big, they're significant. People don't sign for easily, okay? So in this time of the lockdown progressively opening up, we are looking, the craving is for contracts. People are looking for government to start realizing the public housing contracts that are utterly critical to our success, actually, in rebuilding our economy, and roads as well. We are hearing good news out of Sunrail, where those contracts are beginning to come forth, but we want more. We are desperate for more. So let me give you an idea of the ways in which I'm hearing the CEOs talk about this environment. Number one, they want their peers to feel confident in coming back to the marketplace. The most important thing is a sense of confidence, a sense of being willing to take that risk back into the field. We are seeing a lot more reopening of sites. We're seeing it done properly and cautiously and well. So I'm very pleased to report that we're doing it right in this country. I think when we look at what's happening in the US at the moment, and it is important to look and learn, and we see that, especially in construction in the US, those sites are closed again. Okay, there was the reopening was done in a very unguided manner. It had become politicized. There's been a bit of that here, but mostly people are concerned that let's get this right and get it done right the first time. So, from a broad sense, that's what I'm hearing in the marketplace.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nick. And just tell me, what kind of exciting things can we expect from this edition?
Right. Well, in this edition, okay, we've got the recovery toolkit. All right. So we need to know how to open our sites properly. So, we've been talking to NAMBI, the association that is taking care of our emerging contractors, because we need to give our emerging contractors as much support as possible. These are the guys who are coming onto site. They're offering essential services. They are part and parcel of our economy. They're an important part of our economy and especially our recovery, and they need support. They need to know exactly what to do, where their resources, where can they get their resources on site from, how can they access funding, etc. And so in Concrete Trends, this edition, you're going to find all the resources there. Both, obviously, we have a Digimag as well. We have our website, www.concretetrends.co.za. And those of you who get our print edition, that's coming in the mail as well. And please also know we're sending out to all, to the African Construction Expo and the Total Concrete Expo that would have taken place this year. That's postponed to next year. We're going to get as many editions out to the exhibitors and potential delegates that won't be making it, obviously now this year. They'll also be receiving it. So we want to give the tools. So again, emerging contractors are a focus. Companies are a focus because you're not only on site, you're in your company. So it's how to reopen, what are the tools, how to be innovative, how to be creative, and how to push for business, because we've got to be making business happen now. That is the quintessential thing. I think we're quite healthy. I think we know what's going on from a COVID-19 point of view. What we need to do is step forward and have that confidence. Another thing that we're focused on is innovation, because obviously we have an interesting situation in South Africa. We need our labor intensive projects, but right now we are going to start adopting technologies that have been on the back burner for us for quite a while. Because of our focus on job creation from construction, we haven't seen the deployment of some innovations that we see around the world now, because they are necessary for social distancing, for safety, etc. So we're seeing the uptake in those elements. We're obviously seeing a big uptake in safety wear, but importantly, the methodology of how we build is changing. So we're focusing on that in this edition. The methodology of how we interact and the machinery we use is changing as well. So we're going to see a new kind of remote site, if you like. We've got a big feature on the digital site, your digital assets. What are they? How do you manage a project remotely? It all can be done. There is so much that can be done, and now we're beginning to see it. So we focus there, and of course we're focusing on. I'm introducing in every edition now. We're focusing on contractors and emerging contractors. And in every edition, you're going to see a focus on innovation, and you're going to see a global focus. I'm going to take a further look into Africa, and this is not just African news. We're going to have Africa trends. Okay, so we're seeing Africa trends into global trends and our resilience edition. So everything is based on fortitude, and we're a strong country. I think we're going to make it.
Nick, I think what you've highlighted some really important subjects there. I think health and safety is front and foremost in everybody's mind right now as we return back to the workplace. I think there's also I'm agreeing with you in terms of getting back on our feet as soon as possible. I think with our partnership between publication and events, I think it's our goal in any case is to come in as one voice for the construction industry. So for me, I'm really delighted that our partnership is going to be continuing this year and highlighting those resilient requirements.
Absolutely.
And I think I'm really excited about the next year, even though we've had to develop our strategies in a different way and more things by offering digital events and digital platforms. I think those are always going to complement the live events. And I think, in your opinion, how do events and the publications complement each other?
Essential. First of all, the publications, a publication is something that sits with you for how long? A year? You can take one edition, and I don't care where you read it. I sometimes read it in the bathroom, I'll confess. But they sit around and they're the kind of things you read through when you receive it, and there it sits. And you pick it up, other people pick it up. And the value there is that what you experience at an exhibition there is your reminder. There, it's the things that trigger your memory. Ooh, I remember that from the exhibition. I'm going to pick up the phone and call him. I met him, her at the stand. It's that practical meaning that it's like a reference guide, basically. You get to associate the magazine with what you've experienced, and those memories are critical. I mean, that is why live events are irreplaceable. The memory we people give each other is far stronger than anything else. And second to that, I say, comes a magazine you hold in your hand. Third to that comes a Digimag, which we produce. But don't forget the webinar series as well. I think that's important because there we've got a platform where people can talk, where people can meet each other, where they can hear. I think, I don't know if you agree, but there have been webinars, certainly that I've attended, webinars we've hosted, that have made a difference to my time working from home. It's made it feel more real, and indeed business has come of that. So how does it complement? We encourage the flow of business. That's how we do it in the live situation, which I think is unbeatable. But the prolonging that we get out of the publication and is invaluable, because it extends the value that we get from being there. I think that's important. And of course, we like to take photos, and lots of them.
Yes, I agree. I think at events, nothing's going to replace live events. I think everything right now is a support to it. Yeah. And I think that this is, for us, especially, we need to make sure that our clients are still engaging in the market, even during these tough times. We need to make sure that we're giving them as much value and as much exposure in the marketplace. Yeah. And for us, working together with Concrete Trends is a perfect match, because we can do that for our clients. And that's it. We aim to do that during this time, because we're all in it together. I think that's the long and the short of it, and we have to make good of a current situation. I have no doubt that we are going to be showcasing lots of new projects. There are so many emerging projects on the go now, and government have promised to deliver on those. So as we go through the months ahead, excited to be able to showcase those projects and our audiences, how they can get involved in that.
Very much.
Nick, I think that's really the long and the short of it. Thank you so much for joining us today. We wish you well for your second edition. I can't wait to get my hands on the printed copy.
I'm excited too.
So I'm sure that the audience out there are exactly the same. But Nick, can they get a digital edition? How can they go about
yes, absolutely. Your basic resource is visit our website. Again, www.concretetrends.co.za. You will find every way of getting hold of us, getting a subscription to our newsletter, getting information on how to get our Digimag. And this is the thing, we need to talk. I am here, you're there, we've got phones. I want people to phone. I want people to talk to me. The more we talk, the better it gets. And, a very interesting thing in this idea we now have, we're innovating in so many ways. We're strategizing in so many ways, that the idea of what is a forward motion now has changed. Progress, measuring progress, is now about the essence of communication. It's actually about the confidence to talk, the confidence to explore, and the confidence to say, this is a chance to do things differently. There's nothing wrong with that. And the more we embrace it, and the more we start actually getting our voices out there, I want to encourage everyone who sees this to not be afraid to call out to government in whatever way you can. Bring us the projects. There is no economy without construction. There is no recovery without it. Please don't be shy. We need those projects. We need them now. I'm not saying protest. I'm saying demand.
Thanks, Nick. I'm sure there are many out there who agree with your sentiments. Once again, thanks so much for your time. And
it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Tracy. It's great. Thank you.